Well, this is Mark from the Geek Speak Podcast Network, a graphic conversation. I'm here with Claudio Sanchez and his wife, Chondra Echert, who both wrote the new one, Translucid, just came out recently. You guys are both here, so did you see any of the press? Are you guys happy with the response from fans for Translucid?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, it's been pretty positive across the board, and right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nerve-wracking, kind of putting out that first issue and hoping people respond to it and can relate. And I think this has been really a positive one for us.
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
Especially with something that is a little different. This is the first superhero thing you guys have done. There's not really, at least so far, there's no relation to any of the music with Coheed and Cambria or any Prizefighter Inferno as well. So is it kind of a nerve-wracking thing? Like, how did you guys decide we are going to do something different, we're going to go with superheroes? What made you make that decision?
I think it was just, we've got the science fiction, we've got a zombie tale, sort of a comedy. We just thought maybe, this being our fourth title, maybe it was about time to sort of, do a superhero thing. And for me, it's like I think it stemmed a lot from doing that song for the Batman Arkham City soundtrack. That sort of, I think, kind of influenced the idea of telling, the relationship tale of a hero and his villain. So.
Yeah, it was, it's perfect time, the perfect industry. You want to sort of give a shout out to the places the characters who put you into this place. And so for him, superheroes were something we've wanted to do for a while.
Yeah, I know, Chondra, you don't have that kind of superhero background. So, Claudio, was it hard to kind of get her up to speed with you, or was that a good balance to have?
Oh, I think that's a good balance to have. I don't think, I think I come from a place that's, I have somewhat of an understanding because of some of the heroes that I have followed, but Chondra is very new to that side of the comic book world, and I'd rather that, to be completely honest. I think Chondra brings like a sense of poetry to what we do when it's not sort of tainted with some of the things that maybe I've been exposed to. So it's nice to kind of have that outside perspective and you're collaborating.
Great. Now I know the actual Kill Audio series, you didn't get the music with that, it was Beaver EP is what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you didn't start that music until about halfway through the process.
Yeah.
Is that something that might happen again? Should people maybe not expect that this time?
With Kill Audio, there was a scene in, I believe, issue 3 that, the character of the Bone Beaver receives this piece of vinyl that basically hypnotizes him to do some things that maybe he wouldn't normally do, and for that it made sense. Right now, we just completed issue 6 of Translucid, and there's really no place for a musical component. So I think it's probably going to remain that way, I guess, unless, something is inspired by it and then we decide to kind of incorporate it, but I don't foresee it at the moment.
Yeah, I would think maybe, if anything, we're working on a sequel to Key of Z, which does have a musical component with the harmonica. So if there was ever another musical element to the story, that would probably be a lot quicker than Translucid, if that was a route.
That makes sense. Now, I got to ask, though, with the two characters, we haven't gotten to know them very well yet, just reading with the first issue. But with the Navigator and the horse, who would you rather spend the day with?
Me, personally, I would probably rather spend time with the horse. He just seems like, I don't know. There's something about him. He's, as much as, as we've been going through these scripts, and you'll sort of see as the relationship and the events sort of happen through the story, he's more in the lead than the Navigator. He in a sense is a navigator, and I probably want to spend more time with him.
Yeah, I agree. I think the horse is just one of these like charismatic sort of, there's a lot more going on under the surface than you actually are getting. Yeah, for sure. I go with the horse too.
Great. So now, obviously, Chondra, you are having a baby soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully not this weekend.
Hopefully, yeah. So while we're at C2E2, I know you guys probably have names that you would consider, but if you had to pick nerdy, kind of sci-fi, maybe comic book names, what of any of those would stand out?
Oh man, we threw around so many nerdy names. that are out at this point. But I was really pushing for Loki for a minute.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were.
I was
I don't know what I would.
Batman.
Straight Batman.
Just go straight forward with it.
Oh, there was Ryder was one. What else? We had a bunch.
I mean, I've always liked Logan, but I find that a lot of dogs are named Logan. You see that name a lot now,
Yeah.
probably because of the popularity of Wolverine. And I mean, I don't think I'll go with it, but it's a nice name.
Yeah, and maybe thinking outside the box, Arkham.
That's a good one. That would be very original. So obviously for you guys, the baby's obviously coming in the future. Now, you mentioned the second one for Key of Z, also the Good Apollo. The first one's going to be, you guys are working on that as well. So obviously you guys got a ton of stuff going on. What kind of, for any fans who are wondering, what should they expect next? Besides Translucid, like what would be the next thing, whether it's Key of Z or the new Good Apollo?
It's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of put our schedule together for the year in December or January, and it's every day it's kind of malleable, just depending on where we are with one story. Definitely expect Good Apollo this year. Expect
At some point.
Expect QZ at some point this year, and expect some surprise other things that will definitely come up in addition to baby.
Yeah, it's tough to say at the moment. I mean, we have these ideas that things will come out soon, but the baby's really going to dictate what time we're allowed, really. But we'd like to see these things happen soon.
Right, and I'm sure, obviously, with Evil Inc. and all the comic industry, it's a lot easier for you guys with the baby as opposed to Coheed, which might be taking a little bit of a step off. So is there anything for, obviously, fans of Coheed who might be watching this video, is there anything that they can be excited about in the next year, or mostly the comic books?
I can't really say at the moment. There are things that are in the works at the moment, but I can't really reveal anything right now.
That's fair. Leave the anticipation. Let it build. All right, great. So, obviously, one last question now while you guys are here. Anything, as you guys as fans, if you weren't, having your own responsibilities here at C2E2, who would you want to go see?
Who would you want to go see?
I mean, we so far at every convention.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
That's right. He's at this convention. I would like to see Hulk Hogan.
That's true.
You might wrestle him, challenge him?
No, he would destroy me. But I've as a kid, I mean, not so much now or in my adolescence, but pre-adolescence. I mean, I was very, very much into wrestling. My brother and I, and some of our friends, and Hulk Hogan was, happened to be my favorite. So, I'd want to go check out the Holster.
Great. Well, thank you guys very much for spending the time with me talking about Translucid. Anyone who hasn't listened or who hasn't bought it, used to the Coheed things, who hasn't listened, but who hasn't bought it yet, definitely go out and get it because it's great. I'm actually really excited about this one. It sets up very well and gives you enough questions without being overly questionable. So I'm excited to see the rest of that, and I hope everyone else is as well. So thank you guys very much.
Cool. Thank you.